A very good morning, dear children. So, welcome back to the class again. This is your English class, and today is 29th of June. So, children, we were doing a story on a hero. So, this was the story of Swami and his father. So, his father wanted him to sleep in the office room, and Swami tried to convince his father to allow him to sleep in the hall, but then his father did not listen to him, but then he said that you have to sleep in the office room and you have to sleep alone. So now after his father said that he has to sleep alone, there was no option left for him, and his mother also tried to convince his father, and his grandmother also tried to convince his father, but then he did not listen to anyone, and he instructed Swami to sleep alone in the room, in the office room. Now he had no option other than sleeping in the office room. So then Swami asked his father, can I have a lamp burning in the room? Father said, no, you must learn not to be afraid of darkness. It is only a question of habit. You must cultivate good habits. Will you at least leave the room open, leave the door open? He said that, Papa, will you at least leave the door open? So he said, all right, but promise you will not roll up your bed and go to your granny's side at night. If you do it, mind you, I will make you the laughing stock of your school. Then he said that, okay, fine, I will agree to it. I'll keep the door open, but then promise me that you are not going to roll up your bed. That means you are not going to take your bed and go and sleep near your granny in the night. And he said that, and please mind it, if you do so, then I am going to go and inform in your school and make a fun of you in front of your friends. So you are going to become a laughing stock. So Swami felt cut off from humanity. So Swami didn't want to take that chance. So he said, okay, fine. And he said that I won't go to granny. You can keep the door open. I am not going to do that. He was pained and angry. He didn't like the strain of cruelty he saw in his father's nature. He hated the newspaper for printing the tiger story, and he wished that the tiger hadn't spared the boy, who didn't appear to be a boy after all, but a monster. So all these feelings were come into in his mind. All these things were going in his mind. And now, as the night advanced, as the night passed, and the silence in the house deepened, and as you all know, in the darkness and during the night, in the midnight, you can, if you have ever woken up in the night, in the midnight, you might have felt the silence in the house, in the house or around your surrounding. The silence you might have experienced. So same thing, as the night advanced, Swami also experienced the silence in the house, that it deepened. His heart started beating faster. He remembered all the stories of devils and ghosts he had heard in his life. How often had his chum Mani seen the devil in the banyan tree at his street end? And what about poor Muni Shami's father, who spat out blood because the devil near the river's edge slapped his cheek when he was returning home late one night? And so on and on his thoughts continue. So all these things were coming to his mind, and he was getting scared. He was faint with fear. So he was getting scared, and he wanted to run to his granny. A ray of light from the street strayed in and cast shadows on the wall. So the shadows were falling on the wall because the lights from the street strayed on the wall. Through the stillness, all kinds of noises reached his ears. The ticking of the clock, rustle of trees, snoring sounds, and some vague night insects humming. All these things were again making him feel scared. He covered himself so completely that he could hardly breathe. So what did he do? Because he was getting scared, he pulled the bedsheet over his head, and he tried to cover his head and ears, and he was not able to breathe properly. Every moment he expected the devils to come up to carry him away. There was the instance of his old friend in the fourth class who suddenly disappeared and was said to off by a ghost to Siam or Nepal. Swami hurriedly got up and spread his bed under the bench and crouched there. It seemed to be a much safer place, much more compact and reassuring. Now, reassuring means making him feel secure. He shut his eyes tight and encased himself in his blanket once again, and unknown to himself fell asleep. And in sleep was racked. Racked means deeply troubled with nightmares. A tiger was chasing him. Now, what all things he was seeing in his nightmares? A tiger was chasing him. His feet stuck to the ground. He desperately tried to escape, but his feet would not move. The tiger was at his back and he could hear its claws scratch the ground. Scratch, 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 and then a light thud. Swami tried to reopen his eyes and his eyelids would not open, and the nightmare continued. It threatened to continue forever. Swami groaned in despair, so like he was getting scared so much that he didn't know what to do. With a desperate effort, he opened his eyes. He put his hand out to feel his granny's present at his side, as was his habit, but he only touched the leg of the bench, and his lonely state came back to him. He sweated with fright, and now what was this rustling? He moved to the edge of the bench and stared into the darkness. Something was moving down. So, like he tried to hold his granny because he was getting scared, but then his granny was not sleeping beside him. So when he tried to touch something, hold something, and what did he hold? He held the leg of the bench, the wooden leg of the bench, and his own lonely state came back to him. He sweated with fright, and now what was rustling? He moved to the edge of the bench and stared into the darkness. Something was moving down. He lay gazing at it in horror. His end had come. He realized that the devil would presently pull him out and tear him, and so why should he wait? As it came nearer, he crawled out from the underbench, hugged it with all his might, and used his teeth on it like a mortal weapon. Then he started shouting, "Oh, something has bitten me," bent forth an agonist thundering cry, and was followed by a heavy tumbling and falling amidst the furniture. In a moment, Father Cook and a servant came in carrying the light, and all three of them fell on the burglar, who lay amidst the furniture with a bleeding ankle. And he was a true scout. Swami had bitten into the flesh of one of the most notorious housebreakers of the district, and the police were grateful to him for it. Okay, so what happened when he was sleeping alone in the office room? This all things happened, and he caught the thief, and he was rewarded for the same, because he was a burglar who was creating a havoc in the district. Okay, so because of Swami he was caught. Then the inspector said, "Why don't you join the police when you are grown up?" Swami said, for the sake of politeness, "Certainly yes," though he had quite made up his mind to be an engine driver, a railway guard, or a bus conductor later in life. So when he caught the thief, and he was applauded by everyone, and everyone recognized his courage and his bravery, the inspector said to Swami that why don't you join the police when you grow up? So Swami, for the sake of politeness, he said that yes, but then he had decided that when he grows up, he is going to become an engine driver or a railway guard or a bus conductor later in life. Now when he returned home from the club that night, father asked, "Where is the boy?" "He is asleep already." he didn't have a wink of sleep the whole of last night, said his mother. So when he came back from the club, when he returned home from the club that night, father asked his mother, where is the boy? So his mother said, he is asleep. So then his father said, already? Then mother said that he didn't have a wink of sleep the whole of last night, and that's the reason he is sleeping. Where is he sleeping? So mother said that in his usual place he is sleeping. Then he went to the bed at 7:30, sleeping beside his granny. Again father said, no wonder he wanted to be asleep before I could return home. Clever boy. So father said that, oh really, he was feeling so sleepy that at 7:30 he went off to sleep. I know that before I could return home, he is a clever boy. He went and slept near his granny before I could make him sleep alone in the office room. So mother lost her temper, and now she started screaming on her husband. He said, you let him sleep where he likes. You need not risk his life again. Father mumbled as he went into change. Then father did not utter any word. He just mumbled and then he went into change. Then, all right, mollycoddle, and spoil him as much you like. Only don't blame me afterwards. Now, mollycoddle means be very kind and protective. So, father did not say anything to the mother, but then he just said that, okay, no problem, spoil him as much you like, only don't blame me afterwards. Swami, following the whole conversation from the under the blanket, felt tremendously relieved to hear that his father was giving him up. So all this conversation which was taking place between his mother and father, Swami was listening to everything from under the blanket, and then he tremendously felt relieved to hear that his father was giving him up. So this is the story of Swami, who became a hero, and he became a hero because his father had the confidence in him that he can come out of the fear, because Swami did not want to sleep alone, and Swami was overprotected by his mother and his grandmother, and his father wanted him to overcome that fear, and for that he made him sleep in the office room and made him realize that he should not be afraid of anything, and the age and the build, that is your body build, the strength does not make any difference to overcome fear and to be courageous. So this is how because of his father's confidence, Swami became a hero. The thief was caught, and then he was rewarded with an award by the people and also by the police for making the thief caught who was creating a havoc in the district. So this was the lesson based on a hero written by R.K. Narayan. So children, will end the class today over here. Till then, I would request all of you to go through the lesson, go through the story, and underline each and every new word which you come across. And as I had told you, you need to find out the meaning from the dictionary, and then you have to make a sentence of your own, and you can write the sentences in your fair notebook. So till then, children, please take care, and we'll meet again in the next class. So take care of your